Irish Whiskey Auctions is the first of its kind here in Ireland. We have an easy-to-use website which is used to buy and sell collectible whiskies and non-collectible whiskies. Some guys just like to buy some for drinking, and some guys like to collect. We use the platforms that we had seen in England. Because there hasn't been one here in Ireland, it was very hard for us to try and figure out how we do it on the online space. But by using the good bits from the other sites in England, we created our website, which is Irish Whiskey Auctions.
We have been joyfully together for 22 years. 2 kids together. We've got a 20-year-old daughter called Jade, and we've got a 15-year-old son called Joshua. I have a 24-year-old daughter from a previous relationship.
Her name's Zoe.
She's big and beautiful. She works in TV, so she's going to be famous before us. We have had many adventures together.
Oh, loads.
We've had a few businesses together. It's not like we're new to working with each other.
No.
When we first met, I was your boss.
That's true, and I didn't like him.
She didn't like me then. Don't like me now still. We just work well together.
Yeah.
I mean, we're the balancing act between the two of us. You're the grounding for my lunacy at times.
Yeah, he can lose the run of himself.
And that's how most things happen. So, but we've worked well together. We do work well together.
We do.
And we can. Most people ask about us working together. How do you separate life and work? But we do. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't.
Sometimes it can be stressful.
Yeah, definitely.
But we're 22 years still together, so
Still together. We know how to handle it at this stage. So it's good. It's good. We enjoy it. I've been collecting whiskey for a few years, for a good few years. Started when we were living in France.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't much access to Irish stuff over there, but I was drinking Scotch, drinking Irish. Got really proud of the Cooley whiskey, because Cooley whiskey was one of the few things that you could buy in France. You could go into the local supermarket and buy a bottle of O'Hara's, I think was the stuff I was drinking at the time. And I was proud to tell all the Frenchmen that it came from a distillery that was 10 miles from my home. So we came back to Ireland. I was collecting whiskey. We had built up a bit of a collection, buying from the UK sites and all that sort of stuff. We were up in Dublin on the 21st of January 2018, myself and Kate, in Mulligan's whiskey shop. We had bought a bottle of whiskey, Slieve na Glock, for her dad,
yes,
who was born on Slieve na Glock. We bought that bottle for him, but it had been stopped in customs. And so we were talking to one of the guys in Mulligan's, I think it was Stuart, in Mulligan's, and he sort of said, it's a shame that there's not a whiskey auction site in Ireland. And I went, it is, isn't it? And thought no more about it. Driving home the road, it was just that wee voice in the back of my head going, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why isn't there?
We were talking about it
So we came home. I came home that night, got into the office upstairs at home and got on the computer and started searching. I sort of knew that there wasn't one here, because if there was, I would have been using it myself. So that very night, I bought Domain Space, set up Instagram, set up Facebook, set up Twitter.
Which nearly caused a divorce, because he was doing it at 4:30 in the morning.
4 in the morning.
In the bed when you're trying to go to sleep.
Told me to go to sleep. And we set up the whole thing there and then. And I think a lot of people sort of didn't take it seriously, because I came out of the unknown. I wasn't part of any whiskey society.
No.
Didn't involve with that. And that's the type of person I am. I don't involve my stuff in that, self and stuff like that. But we pushed, developed the software, spent close on 5-6 months developing the software, fine-tuning it, getting it ready. We have a great team of coders and developers. David, who is our lead web developer in Trusca in Digita, he is just second to none. He's brilliant. We've been surprised how well it worked. We set it up not knowing what would happen. We hoped that the first auction would have 100 bottles. We thought if we could add 20 bottles per auction, we'd be doing well. But for some reason, it just took off, and people just got really excited about it.
And it's just absolutely amazing. and only for the people. Like,
Yeah, that's the thing. We
seriously.
really are surprised how well people have taken to us. I suppose they see that we're genuine, that it is,
Yeah.
that we're honest. I mean, the one thing that we said from the start, that the website was going to have integrity.
Yeah.
If it doesn't have
definitely.
integrity, it didn't have anything. So we were really adamant that, you know, if anybody ever questions anything about our website, we can say, look, lay it all open. There it is. There's the bids. There's everything. We don't interfere with it. So much so that we actually went on holidays
We did.
in our July auction. So when it was live, we actually went to Naples for a week. Enjoyed Naples for a week. But we can't do anything when the auction is actually live.
But the good thing is that, you know, like, some of these whiskies are expensive. Some of these guys treasure their whiskies and have sentimental attachment to them. And the part I love is that they trust us enough to have their whiskies here and to sell their whiskies for them. You know, like, trust is a big thing, especially with, you know, people's belongings, I suppose is the word you're looking for.
They've spent, a lot of them have spent years building up
Yeah.
the collections, and I mean there is huge amount of money involved in some
Oh,
of it.
definitely.
So the trust is a big thing, and I think it's now getting better, because initially people didn't know us, so they had to trust us.
Yeah.
It was a gamble, and there's been a few people that trusted us at the start, and they're still with us now.
Exactly, and
It's
only for
great.
them.
It's great that a lot of them that did trust us at the start
Yeah.
are still with us, because it shows that we're doing it right.
Yeah, but people get to know us because it's not just your typical online auction site. You know, you can come here to the office and you can meet us. You know, you can come, you can have the crack with us. We'll show you around.
Yeah.
We'll make you coffee if we've milk. You know, because sometimes our graphic designer drinks all the milk, so we've no other choice. So sorry, hopefully people are like black coffee. But you can come and you can have the chat with us, and we'll explain everything to you and show you how it works from start to finish.
Oh, that's it. And I think that reassures people as well, that we've been open from the start. I mean, I don't know what people's expectations of it originally is, and a lot of people have said to me they weren't expecting what we have here. I mean, we've a massive office complex. We've invested heavily in security in the stores where the whiskey is stored. We've got them temperature controlled. We've got humidity controls in there. So we've done everything as best as we can do. And I mean, that's something we've always done. Me and you have always done as a couple. I mean, whatever you're doing, do it your best. I mean, give it 100%. It'll either work or it doesn't work. I mean, without people giving us the bottles to sell, I mean, we'd have a very fancy looking website with nothing to sell on it.
That is
So
true.
without that, I mean, even if I started selling my own stuff, I mean, it wouldn't last very long.
No.
You'd only get a couple of auctions out of it. But I mean,
I'd get my shelf back, but
you'd get your shelf back in home. Yeah, that's true. Another thing that has blown us away is the range in bottles.
oh yeah.
So you've got everything from €5 bottles to 15,000 euro,
yeah.
euro bottles, and some of them, it really is unbelievable. The work has gone into the packaging,
Oh, the packaging,
and the design
yeah,
of them all.
Like, some of them just, you know, you just don't want to touch them because they're so ornate and they're so, you know, the craftsmanship in some of the boxes, like, and we're like, in the Irish whiskies, there's some fantastic, you know, presentation, but then we have these ones that are coming out of Taiwan, and
The Cavalans
Cavalans.
and stuff like that.
and the
Homos.
presentation put into them is just
Japanese,
amazing. Yeah.
Scotch. I mean, they really are. But I suppose we would say this, but I do believe that a lot of the distilleries, the new distilleries that have come on board in Ireland, have really put huge effort into the presentation.
Oh,
'cause
gosh, yeah.
They sell them with their eye first. So you walk into a store and you see it. But I think we've got right as well is that we've got the photographs right of the website.
Yeah.
So on the website, you can see, that's the one thing again with the integrity of the website, is every bottle that you see on the website is exactly the bottle you will receive.
Yeah.
So we always said that from the start, and it creates extra workload on us, but we don't use library photos. Every photo is every bottle. So all its blemishes.
Because bottles are like people.
Yeah,
They're unique.
everyone's different. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you'll have some with marks in it, some without marks in it. But again, we tell everybody as it is. It is
Yeah.
what it is, and you know, people will either buy into it or they won't. It was very tough. I mean, it was only me and you for so many months. photographing the bottles, processing the bottles, packing the bottles, recording the bottles. Everything was me and you, and it was a lot of late nights. And I also am involved in another company that had to keep going as well because it pays the bills and keeps the lights on. So I had to have a responsibility to it, but I also had to give Irish Whiskey 100% because it had to grow in the way we wanted it to. So it's been tough. It's been a tough year. It's been cool. We've done a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, we've met some really cool people.
Yeah, we've met some absolutely fantastic people. A lot of people who've come here to our office. We've got great backup and support with the likes of Mulligan's and Bradley's in Cork and Paul in Belfast.
Alan and Willie.
Alan and Willie have been, immeasurable in what they've been able to back us up with. I mean, their years of business experience has been fantastic as well. But, Willie give us credibility there with the Palace Bar, and Alan the same. With the bankers. I mean, they've both been brilliant to it. So the year ahead, we plan to kick on and do more of what we're doing. The software has been redeveloped, and it's been redeveloped because it just can't physically cope with the support and the volume of traffic we're getting. So we're having to redo that.
Yeah.
There always was plans for memorabilia, for
other spirits
and stuff like that. We brought that in a wee bit early, more as a taster.
Yeah.
To
see what people
thought of it. Last month was our first month of it. Seemed to go okay.
Yeah.
Still some bargains on the website.
Oh, there was amazing bargains, especially with the brandies.
Yeah, the brandies. So one of the things that we've done and will continue to do is the charity items.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been received really, really well by everybody. So one of our first ones we done was for the Zoe Murphy appeal, which was bottles of Firstborn. I mean, they were the first liquid from the new Great Northern Distillery.
Kindly
very generous by John Teeling and the staff over there, Brian and all the staff. They were signed by them, and they raised a huge amount of money, and we were delighted to be able to give that to the Zoe Murphy appeal, who now has raised sufficient that she's going to get her surgery done, which is brilliant. The small part we played, I think, is fantastic that we can say that. But we've also since then we've done George Keneally give us a bottle of Unfargrin, went to UNICEF. Rosie from Tua, and that went to Pieta House. And we've had Willie from the Palace Bar give us bottle number 1 of his founding fathers. That went to the Capuchin Day Centre. So we've decided that it's something we want to keep doing, and so what we're doing is we're throwing that out to distilleries and to anybody if they wanted to donate something that would be unique, different, not generally available, that we can put on the site, and we can have it as our monthly charity item. We're donating all the fees and everything from it, so we're doing it 100% free. In most cases we're actually adding to it as well,
to round it off
to a nice sum. So we're trying to do that as much as possible, and I think because we're blessed,
we have what we have. It's nice to give back. Nice to give back.
So we want to continue doing that. So every month we're going to be doing something like that, and again, without bidders bidding on it and without bidders buying it. I mean, it's great that everybody's engaging with it and supporting it as well. So that's something we want to continue doing in the year ahead.
We've grown so quick this past year that I think we want to take our time now to just build on the whiskey platform and build on that and just introduce the other bits slowly, like the memorabilia and stuff like that, because our people who subscribe to our site and are bidding and that are brilliant, but you don't want to overload.
No, that's the thing. And again,
it's
to keep the engagement with people. I mean, one of the things that we say in every email that we send out or in every conversation we have with people is, if they've got an idea or if they think something would work better, come to us, talk to us, pick up the phone. Every day in the office, there's either myself or Katie here or both of us to be here in the office. So we sort of say to people, you're talking to us directly.
Yeah.
It's me and you all the time.
Sometimes you might get Yvonne.
But but you can pick up the phone, talk to us, tell us your ideas, send us an email. I mean, we want to grow the business, but we want to grow the business in a way that everybody wants, not just in what we think it should be. Because we don't know everything, and I mean, that's been proven time and time again. that, you know, people have come to us. We've got great support from people with information for bottles. Again,
Oh, yeah.
I know what I know, but I don't far from know everything. And it's been great that we've had guys that we can pick up the phone and talk to and say, look, what do you think of this bottle?
Yeah.
Or send them photos.
Or do you know the history
Yeah.
behind it?
We've had some
especially
great
with the
support.
old bottles.
Yeah.
Like-
Leo Phelan's been one.
Oh, he's been brilliant.
Will Murphy's been another.
Yeah.
Michael Fogarty in Mulligan's has been brilliant. And Michael Lawler up there as
Yeah.
well. So we've had some great support from guys, and it's hopefully we can continue to cultivate that and kick it on another wee bit. So
God,
that's our main goals for the year ahead.
That is.